What is up, everybody? This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapichet. And this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you once more for joining us on this Sunday night, I guess we can say, slash evening. We're coming at you recording this here later on in the evening as we normally than we normally do, because number one, my work schedule changed, so now I do have to work Sunday mornings. That means it kind of pushes the show a little bit back, and it just so happens that today was Zuffa boxing card, so we're like, you know what, let's just go ahead and wait till the fights are over and then start recording, so we can kind of throw in our 2 cents about that, what we saw and what we thought of this most recent boxing card. So that's the reason we're recording a little bit later in the evening on Sunday, but it is post Valentine's. I hope everybody had a lovely Valentine's Day and didn't have any accidents. Doubled up the rubber, if you please, if you catch what I'm saying, just make sure there aren't any accidents, because it's a weekend of love, right? I know that happens, unless you're doing it deliberately, which is of course another story. But regardless, I hope you guys had a magnificent Valentine's, as I did, and as my co-host Andrew did as well. We're gonna be talking about plenty of stuff here. Very ironic that a weekend of love. We're getting a lot of not of love in the news that we're hearing, that we're going to be talking about here, guys. Lawsuits left and right. We're going to be talking about plenty of that kind of stuff. Floyd Mayweather in more legal trouble. Jeweler suing him over a lot of fucking money. We're going to be talking about his legal troubles continuing. Oscar De La Hoya putting out a temporary restraining order on one Vergil Ortiz Jr. Gosh, guys, where's the love? Where's the love this Valentine's Day weekend? Holy hell, none of that for some reason. Oh, looks like Resendiz and Jaime Mungia found themselves a card to be on. They won't be the main event, but hey, you know what? The card they're going to be on is not too shabby. We're going to be talking about that. Of course, this is officially Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia fight week. We're going to be talking about briefly there, because we do intend to do a show on Wednesday that will go over more depth, I guess, more details, and we're going to have our official predictions then. So this one's going to be kind of like a quick little overview because it is officially fight week, but we're going to be talking about that and a couple of fight announcements. One in particular, Fabio, Wardley, and Daniel Dubois, or Daniel Dynamite Dubois, Triple D, getting ready to get crack-a-lackin' later this year. So plenty to talk about, and plenty to get crack-a-lackin' on, because it is later in the evening Sunday, and some of us have to work tomorrow. Not everybody, because I know it's a holiday, so some people got that nice day off they can sleep in. Not me. I do have to work tomorrow, but regardless, we're going to start off with, well, the fights that we literally waited till they were done to start recording the Zuffa boxing card that took place earlier. Main evented by Effie Ajagba, if I can pronounce that properly, and Charles Martin, ended in a KO, or I guess TKO. It wasn't officially. I'm not sure how they announced it. It was a KO or TKO, but in the fourth round, there were some pretty nasty KOs on this card here. We've talked about this before. You can, with the right people, you can get a guy to 20-0, 25-0, right, and cash them in. It looks like a lot of these guys is what happened here. The guys who made it to 20-0 finally met a tough guy, and then they're getting fucking smoked. But overall, the card was fun to watch, right? I mean, it's not like it's not fun to tune in and watch people get knocked the fuck out, but we like to see even fights, right? On the undercard did have it. The preliminaries had a few of them, but it seems to be kind of a broken record. We're seeing the same things. We're seeing the one-sided ass whoopings, right? And then we're seeing the hyperbole, I guess is the word, the accurate word, by Max Kellerman, Andre Ward. Sometimes you can hear the battle, the inner conflict is like, do I just overhype this shit, or should I not? Should I just be honest with what it is I'm seeing? Even Antonio Tarver. We can start off with that. Andrew, you caught the show, right? You managed to catch the fights, at least the main card. Is it a broken record now? It seems to be the same thing over and over, right? It's just we're hearing that overhype from the announcers, and the action in the ring is good. I'm not gonna say it's not, but it's definitely not elite.
Hey, what's up, Miguel? Yeah, look, the Zuffa third card finished. Did it answer any questions about Zuffa's coming into boxing? No. Did we see any breakthrough stars tonight? Well, if you ask them, they would say Effie Ajaba is now a force in the heavyweight division. But no, overall, no. There was no, they're missing quality fighters. They really are. And I still think that's something that they need to get right before this thing totally turns into a gimmick show, where it's kind of borderline right now. I'm going to tell you, Miguel, I want to see the viewership numbers on these Zuffa boxing programs, because I feel like me and you are the only ones watching.
And the people in the crowd, I suppose, right? The ones.
Yeah.
The
family. The family.
Yeah.
They're clearly family members that they're always showing. I don't know. They don't look like fans. They're like, that's my son, signs. And
yeah. They all got the sheets and shit, right?
Exactly, bro. Yeah, it does. It definitely does have that feel of he gave a bunch of tickets to their families to get them in there. But whatever, that's always done. My whole thing is about the quality of fighters that they're putting on. Even though they have records, they have no backstories to these guys, right? They've got to find guys that have some amateur skill, maybe talent, national titles, world tournaments that were won. I don't know. Olympic tryouts, maybe. Give us something to latch onto. Not they're athletic. They're guys looking for a way, or what do they call them? The middle class? I even heard Max Kellerman use the word middle class on these dudes. Like, are you serious right now? That's tough man contest, dude. That tough man contest did not last long. It didn't. It was here. It had its moment to shine, but it does not last. Showbox, HBO After Dark, USA Tuesday Night Fights. All of these guys lasted, but they did it with talent. James Toney, Roy Jones fought on USA Tuesday Night Fights, right? Everyone fought on HBO's Boxing After Dark. That was like a starting point when you got on the HBO. But these other companies, they had a better starting point than what Zuffa is bringing to us right now. And I'm just scared that, one, the real diehards aren't watching this. I'm sorry. The diehards, they're looking at these names. We can find entertainment in a lot of ways nowadays. The TV got a lot of stations on them. I don't need to watch Joe Blow's versus Joe Blow and try to tell myself that this was an entertaining fight. So they've got growing pains big time because they're starting from the bottom, but I don't think Max Kellerman and them are doing a great job of selling these fighters. To give you a question, the Mejia guy that got knocked out, they totally acted like he was the favorite. Well, he was the favorite, but they acted like the other kid who was undefeated didn't belong there. Was just an athlete. And I love how Max tells him to his face so the kid can't throw it at him later. Max tells him after fight, you have a lot of athletic skill to you. Oh, shut up, Max. Why don't you tell him you're talking shit before the fight? Right? Because that's what it is. When you tell a boxer he's athletic, Miguel, does that make him a good boxer?
No, not at all. It's just basically like, oh, he's strong.
Yeah, I don't know how he won that fight, but that kid's a pretty good athlete. Oh, what? What, motherfucker? He's doing the same practicing that your guy did. But when I get it, you do see those type of fighters in the sport, right? But it's never usually a compliment, Max. So when you got an undefeated kid and you think you know who's going to win, but you don't know, you might not want to try to lean too far on one guy's side because your guy got mollywopped, bro. Looking up at the lights. So, the Jabba heavyweight fight didn't do anything for us. All of us real fight fans know who Charles Martin was, right? That's a shot in the dark, Charles Martin, if he wins that fight. That's a miracle, right? Miracle on the ice. Is that what they call the America beat?
The hockey game? Yeah.
Yeah, the hockey game. That's what would have been tonight if Martin would have won, right? So, no. So, Miguel, no, I was not entertained. I was a little annoyed by the overselling. And I got to say, tonight I felt like Andre Ward was having a tough time getting through his telecasts. His body language wasn't good tonight because of the overselling of everybody else on around him. I won't be surprised if Andre starts, just being either a little bit more quieter or pushing back just a little bit more. Once, because he's gonna start hearing it when he goes back to his guys too, right? Just all the slurping that Max and them do over there. So good knockout by the one kid. I can't pronounce his name, but the co-main event, that was a decent knockout. He's undefeated, so that's cool. What weight division was that? To be honest,
light heavyweight. I want to say
light heavyweight. So there's an Opatai.
No. Opatai is cruiser.
Are you sure we do light heavyweight?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Hold on. There has to be. What I'm gonna go back into like my screenshot real quick.
There's no super middleweight. So
there is. I just pulled it up. Okay, cool. So 160 middleweight. There's no super. So 175 light heavyweight. Yes, and then from there to cruiser. So yeah, there is. But I mean, I don't know. Are they going to throw him in there with the big dogs yet? I mean, obviously not yet, right? But how are they going to do that? How do they anticipate?
No, I'm sorry, Miguel. In Zuffa's world, no. If this young man gets high enough on the rankings, he will be fighting Opatai.
This guy skips everybody.
I'm just saying. I'm just going off of what they. Right now, he has one win, so he should be like ranked top 5 at least on there.
Right. When are they gonna? I wonder when they're gonna bring out those. Because okay, so here's the thing. Just a quick like backtrack. You're talking about the talent that they're trying, that the guys that are there now, right? I know that there's been a hell of reports that the boys at Zuffa are trying to get involved with USA Boxing to try to basically have that be like the people coming in, have there be some sort of funnel from them to Zuffa. I know they're actively trying to do that. I don't know how far they've gotten with that necessarily, but even with Sean Zattel has been reporting that for a hot minute. They'll go to these USA Boxing events, Nick Khan and Dana White and stuff like that, and they'll go down there. TKO guys, they'll go down there and they're trying to get people from there. So that they're getting there. Maybe they haven't gotten there yet, but it seems as though that's the plan. Maybe not straight out of the Olympics per se, but even before they even get there with USA Boxing. So it seems as though that's the direction they're going. I don't know if they're gonna try to monopolize that too. I don't know if that, I mean, knowing them, they're gonna try to do this fucking global takeover, right? So I don't know if they're gonna try to be low key, sneak in there under the table to maybe get some guys, some top notch talent from there. But it looks like that's the direction they're going. Like they're trying to do that.
They do know that the project has started, correct? We're in our 3rd fight now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the long game. It's the long game. It's going to be a lot of these kind of cards.
I hope they have a lot of money to throw away then, because that's a pretty long game. Like I said, no other company's done it like this. I've seen a lot of companies fail in boxing. None of the ones that made it are doing it like this. So we will see. We will see what happens. But no, nothing in the heavyweight division happened today. Effie Ajaba didn't turn into some contender because he knocked out Charles Martin for Dana White. So if Max Kellerman could go to sleep thinking he has a heavyweight contender, but he's being laughed at by real boxing heads. Seriously. Andre, Tarver, all of you guys are kind of getting looked at side eye. We know you guys are making money, but like seriously.
Yeah. I wonder if low key they kind of do that. Like they do like, oh, what a fantastic, what a great fucking like low key kind of looks over to maybe people that are in the know. They're like, yeah, that wasn't shit. Oh, what a fantastic KO! Like just being the most company man as possible to try to make it sound as believable as they can.
Like I said, I thought Andre gave a side eye to the guys today. If someone might catch that, it might be a reel by tomorrow morning, dude. You know what I mean? There might be someone how you look at your coworkers when they're fucking sucking off the boss or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You might have Andre Ward giving that Max Kellerman like, what did you just say that?
Yeah, I'm gonna see like what kind of price on these tickets I'm gonna try to see if I can go to one of these fights because I want to be able to see their faces. Well, because they do have cameras there, right, in front of the tables, but they rarely air those. So, I mean, they'll air them if they go over the fucking top and they blow their dicks off, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what a great knockout!" And then the kid they'll put the camera, they'll air that footage. But I kind of want to just like. Let me see if I can record a little bit of Andre Ward or something like that to see if maybe he's kind of just like, this is it. Okay, to see if I could catch a few of those. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can sense it. You can sense it from Andre Ward in particular, right? I mean, we hear it all the time, right, on his all the smoke or whatever the hell it is, talking about the championship belts and all that shit, right? Which we'll talk about a little bit later on, as a matter of fact. But anyway, yeah, that just I wonder if that is the case. If like when the camera's not on them, they just kind of like, nah, that wasn't great.
This is the third show. Production still doesn't look that great. It has very much a COVID feel to it. And what I mean, why I'm talking like this is because maybe this is what they're seeing. They're seeing, Andre's seeing too. That's why his attitude's changing. At some point, they got to get out of the apex, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, with bigger names, because I think that's the way. That's what the apex became. Basically, it started out as a place to have the bubble, to have the COVID fights, and then eventually
COVID.
And then it became a card or a venue for smaller cards, so not big UFC names. So with the bigger ones, they'll go to the bigger arenas, but they can save money by putting on these kind of fights there. So I'm assuming that's essentially what they're doing here. They can save money by not actually going out to get a big arena. I don't remember. I'm sure they mentioned it, but I don't remember where that Open Thai fight is going to be. If it's going to be the Apex, or
it's going to be at Apex.
Oh, is it? You sure? It's not going to be like T-Mobile or something? No. Okay.
No.
All right.
No. Remember, that's what Oscar clowned him. He's all, it better not be there. And the next day they announced that it's there. I think Oscar already knew. That's why he put that shit out there. No. But he did. You know what I mean? He called him on their bluff. Okay, so we're looking at Tarver, and maybe Kellerman and Kruger and all them are there. But we know Tarver and Andre were just at the Lopez Shakur fight, right?
Mm.
Sold out crowd. It's on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The telecast is just better. The production of the telecast is just better. The fighters have character. They can express themselves. You don't think Andre and them are looking around going at Zuffa's thing tonight and going, this really is supposed to take it over? Talking about some guy they're supposed to be highlighting. He gets dropped twice, knocked out. Right. This was the guy you told. I don't know, man. Maybe they should have Andre do the talent scouting, or Tarver. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Go get us somebody from the American circuit. I don't know. Maybe they are doing that, and that's just the guys left in the pool. I really don't know. But I'm not going to sit here every week and go, oh, well, they're just waiting. Oh, well, they're just waiting. No, call them out for what it is. What the fuck? You guys had hella money. We've seen Oscar come out and do way bigger than Dana White. I'm sorry. And Oscar was hell old when he did it? He was a straight fighter. You call the guy a dumbass. How good was Golden Boy Promotions when they kicked off their first fucking show? Did we need to sit here and go, oh, we got to give Oscar time, and oh my God, and it's the long process thing? No, he came out banging, right? PBC,
well, he was willing to fork out the cash. He was very willing. So PBC too. These guys are not.
However, you have to do it, Miguel. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come here every week and go, oh, well, this was entertaining, even though it did nothing for us in boxing, nothing for our rankings. We're hyping up someone on the demise of our sport. Fuck that. I'm not in. See, you didn't let me sleep either. You're going to get this, Miguel, when you don't let me sleep. Sorry, you guys. But I'm not cheerleading the guys that want us to fail when their product doesn't look good right now. Mm-hmm. They need to pick up their product. You know what? Go sign Tyson Fury and put him in the Apex. If that's what the fuck you're doing, make the Apex some sold out thing that actually looks like something. Because if I had a young man, I'm not going to Zuffa. You guys are fighting in a bubble. You've got no real media. You can't get your fighter his own promotional contracts, right?
Mm.
I don't know.
But all right, but so how would this be different? Well, I guess like I guess attendance wise, I suppose, because I did hear that they're going to try to up the attendance at the Apex. They said currently it's around 500. They're going to try to up it to about 1,000. Still ain't shit really, but I guess what I was going to try to ask you is how would that be different from the fights here, like for the small fights here, I guess I should say, like the ones that would happen at the Foxwood in Connecticut, or Foxwoods, right, resorts in Connecticut, or the ones at the what is it called, the ones that Oscar goes to in like
I guess those guys never came out and said they were taking over boxing. That's why we don't give a shit about them, and we don't nitpick them. But when you come out and say you're going to have the best talent and just watch, just wait. Oh, we got things, we got ideas. What are you seeing, bro? You seen any of those ideas yet? I mean, because Turkey's still signing checks. We're on card number 3. Checks are being signed, bro. What's new? All I see is, and I'm telling you, you guys, this was Tough Man League tonight. This isn't competitive stuff here. I mean, you can watch what is it, Backyard Brawlers and get entertainment. Well, I'm dead serious. You want to see a knockout? Go watch those guys. They knock the shit out of each other. Don't act like this was high-level boxing we were seeing tonight. I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but I heard you're not even supposed to do a lead uppercut, right? Yet we seen a guy get knocked out with the lead uppercut. I'm not nitpicking. I'm just, just spitting facts, right? They don't tell you to do that. That's not a combo you're supposed to start off with. I'm just saying. It wasn't off a counter. Am I lying? That's what I think. Dude, got him. We'll see. We will see. But I'm not Kellerman. I'm not Andre. I'm not getting paid by Zuffa. This is not taking over boxing yet. Now go start signing some big names. Go put on some big fights and take this little talent and put it on some big talents platforms, so then we can get some audience and generate some eyeballs, right? But don't jive me by telling me it's the future and you're just going to keep cashing checks for a year or 2 years. We don't have a future. You end up walking away with all Turkey's money, and I'm supposed to stand here looking dumb saying for 2 years saying, oh, well, it was going to be the future. It just didn't happen. No, show me what you got, right? I'm calling their bluff right now. They got to start showing something. The project has started. This isn't, they're about to start next year. We're in it now. What do we got? We got a guy who hustled Turkey. That's all I can see right now. And he hustled the UFC. And the last time that I heard from Dana White told me the UFC doesn't even fuck with him anymore. Now, granted, that might be because of gambling. I don't know. But he's the one that said it. UFC don't fuck with him anymore. So he's not even giving them advice anymore. Right? They're beyond Dana White.
No matchmaking. Definitely, like he's has very little. It's, from what I understand it, he's all about the production side of it now, how it looks, how the presentation.
He's an influencer. He's like their internet influencer. He goes to the internet and says, hey, come watch this fight, and they all go watch it. That's the title they're giving him by him telling us I don't do anything behind closed scenes anymore. Because they put you on the internet like you're the face of the damn thing. But if you're not, well, then you're just an influencer. Everyone knows to click on you, or we already have your Instagram follows or whatever. So they're like, let's work with them. I know Dana's more than that, but that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
But on the flip side of boxing, he's got to do better. These shows have to be better. And you know what? We don't have to know every guy. Bring a better story. Go get these fighters' backgrounds, unless you don't have any. You're literally pulling these guys out of gyms, and they're like, no, I just started fighting after, I was in football, and I got injured, and, I had a baby or two, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just fight. Maybe they're all those stories. You know what I'm saying? Well, if they're all those stories, that's, that sucks. That's tough man contest league shit. But I would rather hear, no, I was supposed to be on the Olympic team, but didn't make it because of age, so I just turned pro, right? Oh, I was supposed to be here. Oh, I've fought in all those guys that are up there right now, but I was always just, maybe he's not. Maybe he is Lopez. It sounds like Teofimo was always getting beat up, poor guy, but whatever. Maybe tell us that, though, that you were in that league, right? Oh, I've been to the USA boxing and sparred with them and learned with them. Tell us this stuff so we need to know what we're looking at here. But, yeah.
All right, all right. Well, um, for it seems, and I've heard this I guess this complaint, this gripe pretty regularly now. I'm hearing it more often, where it seems as though, and not just with Zuffa, but the UFC in particular, where they're starting to try to what's the word, like cater to the wider audience, right, to the more casual audience, and they tend to forget about like the hardcore fans, because you kind of need that still. That's still the foundation. Some of the fight cards that they're putting together seem to be more like this next one for the BMF belt or whatever the shit, right, with Oliveira and Max. It's gonna be a good fight, sure. I'm gonna watch it, of course, but it's kind of insignificant in the big picture of the weight class. And it just seems like they're going down that rabbit hole of like, let's just make it as broad of appeal as possible. And there's a lot of complaints from of that, even with WWE, because they're all in the same, the same parent company, right? The tickets are fucking off crazy expensive for, like, even for WrestleMania stuff like that, right? For fights like that, where it's, or for matches like that, where they're just really trying to cater to this fucking wider audience. And it seems as though they're kind of forgetting about the hardcore fan, and the ones that kind of got them there. And it seems as though they're doing it with the UFC, they're doing it with Zuffa. At least they're trying to put these kinds of cards to try to get the majority of people, I guess the majority of casual fans involved, and not so much the hardcore fans, because we talk about it. I mean, hell, you can hear it out of Andre Ward's in the tone of his voice sometimes, where he's like, yeah, this is not that. So it seems as though that's the direction they're going, and not just with Zuffa Boxing, but the UFC and WWE as well. Yeah, so that does suck, because it seems like they're like kind of giving us the finger, and they're trying to, and I say us, like us, the more dedicated fan, and try to cater to the more broader audience, which kind of leaves us in the fucking dirt, down.
It won't work with boxing, what you're explaining. It worked with, and I don't even know about WWE. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of shit about their company lately too. But the UFC tapped into an audience that never had anything to tap into before.
Right. Yeah. It was unprecedented then. Yeah.
I mean, we will see how it goes, but no, you need talent in this sport. You need talent in this sport, and you need talent in this sport when you're demanding $20,000 front row seats for the very best, right? So we will see how it goes. I just want to say, you will not hear me say that this thing is a success until I start seeing it as a success. And now,
by success, you mean like what, viewership numbers, or
viewership
like
numbers,
fighters
viewership numbers, moving your thing out of the apex where you're just robbing Turkey of his money, right? You're just putting on a fight. Hey, here's some tickets. Go give them to your family. Yeah, come, have them all come. Come on, those guys aren't buying those seats, anyways. And then your fighters, the skill level. Get some ranked guys. Go out there and start signing people if you want to be considered legit. Nobody else did it this way. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, they were close to me turning it off. And guess what? I had a perfect telecast, dude. Perfect. But I know.
Wasn't breaking up at all this time.
It wasn't breaking up at all this time. It did really good. It paused where I got nervous, like, oh shit, it's about to do it. But then it fixed itself, and the day went on. But it's the level of fighting that I'm watching, and it's fucking, they're talking. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking to a dummy here. Stop acting like you're talking to some fucking dummies. The people that are starting your company off are probably going to be all diehards, bro. You guys might want to come out better than what you're doing for us right now. Sign some guys, put on some legit fights, act like you're doing something, not trying to put this fucking gimmick ass show together of some fake ass ranked dudes that I'm telling you right now, you guys, just like the UFC, you are going to have Max Kellerman one day say some bum ass striker is going to be able to beat Terrence Crawford or beat Keyshawn Johnson or beat Devin Haney. You're going to hear it just like you hear in the UFC all the fucking time back in the day. Oh, this dude, Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather. I believe that. I believe in the cage. They say it all the time. Oh, you wait until Max does it. You wait until he has one guy that he thinks.
Wasn't he kind of already doing that with Effie
I
today?
hope not. You're right.
I mean, not entirely like full blown, but he was
True.
going in that direction. He was already starting to, at this point with fucking with Effie, and he's like, oh, what a great knockout. What I'm saying? Like, okay, I can see that direction he's going there already with him.
And then he goes, this win just put him back in the picture. I was like, come on, you guys. No, or not you guys, but Max, come on. What are you doing here? So
no, I like that though, you guys, because it kind of sounded like Triple G, when he went like Max, come on, Max, come on. He did one of those, right? Like, yeah, that's let's bring Triple G back. So you'd be like, Max, come on. No more of that, Max. Come on, guys, come on.
All right, but I'm telling you, we will hear it from this company, and it's they have to get some guys that will make that justified. I don't mind if it's justified, right? When PBC was saying they had the best stable and their guys could beat Terrence as long as they fought, that's fine though. You can say it as long as you do have a hell of a stable. You cannot make a fake ranking system, put fake fighters in this ranking system that aren't ranked anywhere else, and tell me it's the best in the world.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm trying to get my camera back in focus.
I got you, bro. I got you. And you guys, and Epi Ajaba is their #1 ranked heavyweight contender right now. This is what I mean about fake fighters on fake rankings, and they're shoving it down our throats that this is supposed to be real. No knock to Ajaba, but you had your shot. You had it with PBC and you had it with Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
It went nowhere. So maybe you'll do something with Zuffa, but right now, in those other sanctioning bodies, Ajaba's nothing. He's been here for a while.
Yeah, that essentially wraps up what we had to say about the card today. I'm hoping, huh?
I got one other thing.
Yeah.
The first fight, Mejia and
Benito.
I was called Bendejo, but what? Benito?
Yeah, it's like P-E and then like hyphen and then Benito or something like that. Like
that's what
Benito.
My grandma called me. That means lovely grandson, right?
yeah, that's it. It's like favorite grandson. That's what it is.
That's what she told me, but whatever. Anyways, that guy. Do you think he's a product of the skipping weight classes? Look, I didn't mean to be mean to him saying put him in a dark room, but to me he didn't look athletic as what Max was saying. I thought Max was saying it to knock his boxing skill to try to show that Mejia was going to be the favorite of his fight. He looked overweight.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's one of those guys that were in the middle and they're like, dude, he can't go down. That's why we're at where we're what division were these guys? Does it say on the?
A good question. Let me check real quick because I can pull it up on my phone.
Yeah,
because I have something else playing in the background on Paramount, so it's not pulling up. But let me pull it up on the Zuffa's Instagram account here real quick.
Because Mejia, I just lost his name out of nowhere. Mejia, he looked in shape even on fight night.
Okay, so they're lightweights. So there's no 130. So I guess it would have been like featherweight, then lightweight. So like maybe he belongs at 130.
Yeah,
and he's right here at 135 or something like that, right?
Yeah, go back to your screenshot. What do they have?
Yeah, it's featherweight 126 and then lightweight 135. So there's no super featherweight. There's no 130.
Yeah, it just looked like maybe he was fighting out of his weight division. I thought about what you said about how guys have to do that. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude, there's no way guys are going under. They're going to have to jump up. So maybe he added on weight incorrectly, right? And he's going to have to grow into that division. So maybe the next time we see him, he'll have a little bit more muscle mass on him, right? They're all young. A lot of these guys on these Zuffa cards so far seem to be in young. And I'm talking about the prelims, the undercard fights, right? Not really the main events. We've seen them grab some of the older fighters from the sport. But on the prelims and the undercard fights, it seems like they're getting a lot younger guys. So maybe that's what happened there. But yeah, that's what I thought about on that one. I was like, is this the first guy that's fucking fighting out of his division just to make a paycheck?
Yeah, because otherwise, having to go down to 126, that's what, 9 pounds. He'd have to drop 9 pounds. I mean, maybe he can drop 5, 6, but then the
Right.
additional 3 would be like killer. So yeah, he may very well be one of those kind of guys like, oh shit, fuck yeah, I don't have to fight you. Yeah, I'm down with going up to 135. And yeah, I thought about that too with Raya, with fucking what's his name, Valenzuela, because he had fought at 140 when he had his fights with Pitbull Cruz and Gary Antoine Russell, and there is no 140 over here. It's like 135 and 147 or whatever the fuck it is, right? Let me go back to that screenshot here real quick. Yeah, it's like 135 and 147, so there's no 140. Damn, that's gonna make things weird, man. That shit, these guys. I don't know. Too much gap. I don't like it, but that's their new weight class, I suppose. And I guess fighters who sign with them are really gonna have to take a hard look at that, huh? Because like if you are somebody who's maybe coming up, can't make featherweight anymore, and you're like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm gonna try to go to 130, and now you have this maybe you have an opportunity to go to Zuffa, and you're like, damn, there is no 130, like, damn, I'm gonna really have to just jump up to 135 automatically. Seems like quite the jump. When maybe there had been guys who have been fighting at 135 for quite a while and their body's already grown into it and they're just coming into it. So I don't know. It just seems like it's one of those things that a lot of fighters have to really seriously think about before signing with Zuffa.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely approach it differently than just gaining weight. Even if Zuffa has to work out where they give them some warm up fights, I don't know if they have that kind of ranking system right now, or if everyone's supposed to be in a spot already. But has Zuffa even announced how many fighters are currently under contract by Zuffa?
Damn. I don't think so. No, because I mean, really at the beginning we didn't even know who was going to be there. We just heard that certain fighters were signed, but beyond that, like, no roster. I mean, let me see if I go. Go ahead.
Because, like, for example, right now in the last 2 fights, they've lost a significant amount of their undercard guys to either cuts or knockout defeats. These guys will not be back for a few months. You know what I mean? They've got to have next man up kind of roster.
Huh. So, because like, all right, so maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot, but number one, Zuffa Boxing doesn't have its own website. It goes straight to like the UFC website. Okay.
Oh wow.
And then when I try to like look up, when I try to Google Zuffa Boxing roster, it just goes into like, let me see, the weight classes. It doesn't give a
UFC roster. It all just links back there.
I know, right? It's all funneling back to the like to get traffic back through the website.
I looked up tickets for Zuffa, Mom, but he keeps taking me the UFC tickets.
It says Zuffa on there, Mom, but I don't know what the hell does that mean. Yeah, no, I mean, from what I can tell here, there's no like actual roster, like a list or anything like that, because I thought there would be. But no, nothing like that. Every website sends me to like the schedule lineup, and then the weight classes, the differentiating of the weight classes. But as far as like who is signed under them, because I mean that's usually how it is, right? You go and you see how many fighters are in one weight class, how many fighters are in another weight class, so on. No, that doesn't seem to be the case here.
Yeah, it is interesting because they're getting some injuries as they go along. Some of these aren't just decisions. They're getting knocked out and they're getting cuts, and that's going to keep them out of the ring and out of training. So you have to have someone else to fill in this roster spot. When you're a professional team or the closest to a professional company, right?
They, as was it Max Kellerman says, like, when with the NFL, with football, we've had they, right? Talking about the NFL. Now we have a they in boxing, and it's Zuffa Boxing.
Yeah, so you need next man up. That's what they have. They have practice squad. They have the non-draft or waivers. You can be a walk-on. There's hella ways to get players in those leagues. How you gonna get some boxers? Go down to the backyard brawlers. Go down tough man contests. Go to some bars.
Right. What's the AAA of Zuffa Boxing? What is that?
Hey, there's only so many Olympics for the year, right? I know there's only not one every year, you guys. I'm being sarcastic, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's not like they can just go down to the Olympics and grab some new talent up. Not like you can
Yeah.
go down to USA Boxer and go grab the next Olympian. They're like, hold on, fuck face, I'm still going for the Olympics. Get what I'm saying, you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Max is going to realize how hard it is to keep this Olympic professional team going when you got guys looking at the lights and guys' eyes split open.
And it looks like the next time. So I thought they were going to have another card between now and the Jai Opetaia fight, but no, it looks like we won't get a Zuffa card until the 8th of March. So we're talking 1, 2, 3 weeks from now. So we're gonna go a few weeks with no Zuffa boxing, and then Sunday the 8th is when we're gonna get the Jai Opetaia and Brandon Glanton fight. So couple of weeks. I'm not talking about Zuffa boxing unless some news pops up, which maybe it does, right? Which we assume it's gonna, because every time like I've seen Instagram accounts or like Twitter announcements of like, oh, later this evening, Dana White is going to have an announcement on his Instagram account. Make sure to tune in, yada yada yada. So it looks like it's for the next few weeks there isn't going to be anything. The next major one is going to be that Jai Opetaia fight. All right. All right. Well, before we move on to the next topic, anything else you want to add to this to add the cherry on top, Andrew?
No. Very good.
All right. So I forgot to do this at the beginning of the show. I'm trying to stay on top of it, but make sure to check out our show sponsor here. I hate the fact that I get a glare on here. Health Isol. Because sometimes I put it up to the camera and then it focuses on that and then it doesn't focus on my face. But make sure to give them a try. If you find anything you like on their website or anything looks worth trying, Health Isol, make sure to use the code, the checkout code, MADBoxing10 at checkout and get 10% off of your purchase, or follow the affiliate link that's going to be in the description of this video and also get 10% off of that. Make sure to check them out. Health Isol, tallow-based products. They smell hella good. Patchouli lavender is the one that I use primarily. So make sure to give them a try.
I think your camera be getting mad at you, Miguel.
Right. I think so too. It's
you
like
shit, and then you focus, you unfocus, you focus, and then he just freezes. He's like, you know what? How about I not work? How about that?
Yeah. He's like, you know what? How about fuck your damn soap? How about that? Get the hell out of here with your damn sticker.
The guy puts it in my face. He takes it away from my face. He puts it in my face.
I doesn't know I have a cataract. You know, I have a hard time focusing on this motherfucker, and he's playing around with waving this shit around my face like it's some sort of toy. Oh my.
Miguel has one of those new AI cameras, you guys. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah, and a speaker apparently. Here's everything I say. It's like I'm bugging my own room here, guys.
Hey, I'm telling you, I know I've said it before. I'm going to keep saying it because I know they did it. But those Waymo driverless cars, they totally made those things more aggressive, eh? Those things honk at you now, and they lay it on the horn. Like, you want to throw your hands up. Like, what's up, motherfucker? You keep honking, but no, they cut people off. Yeah, they must have did something to their program, because before, you could just jump in front of one of those and they would stop for 5 minutes. They wouldn't move. They'd be like, pedestrian, pedestrian. Now they're like, beep, beep, beep. They're bumping you. They're trying to get by. Yeah, it's hella funny. They made those cars a lot more aggressive for SF. That shit's funny. That's like your camera. Keep fucking with your camera, right? He's gonna turn off on you, bro.
I know, right? He's gonna turn on me at the wrong era times. Like, hey, I see what you're doing. Like, what? I'm just
Miguel's live.
Yeah, I know. All of a sudden, right? It's like, oh, is that how we're gonna get more subscribers to our channel? All of a sudden, now I got we can't go live on YouTube, but apparently it's gonna do it that time, right? Oh my. All right. Well, speaking of recording, so it is officially Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia fight week. Yes, we are within 7 days or 6 days, whatever. Later this week, Saturday, the 21st, we are going to get on Amazon. Well, no, it's DAZN pay-per-view, DAZN Worldwide, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Mario Barrios putting his WBC welterweight championship on the line against Ryan Garcia, the most undeserving fucking challenger in the history of undeserving challengers. But you know, he loves the WBC, according to that his little skit at the press conference. But it is officially fight week right now. We do intend to record on Wednesday and have a show for you guys on Wednesday, which is going to be basically our go home show. That's the one that we're going to be talking about primarily our predictions and stuff like that, and go into more details. And I'll grab more odds sheets and stuff like that, right? So we won't go into too much detail about it right now, at least, just because we still have another show between now and then. However, it just so happens that because of my change of schedule, I'm going to be able to drive down to wherever the hell they're going to be holding these media/public events. Of course, I won't be able to get into the final press conference, which will take place Thursday. But because it is fight week, there's going to be most likely some sort of media workout that is also going to be available for the general public. So you guys keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be posting some sort of videos this week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure yet, of course, but one of those, and I'll be able to drive down to wherever they're having some of these events and putting some on our YouTube channel. So make sure to check those out, because that's basically what I can get for you guys, right? I do live here and it's going to be in town. So any opportunity I get to go down to one of these major fights to get some sort of coverage for you guys or some sort of footage, I most definitely intend to do that. So that's going to happen either Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm going to try to post them as quickly as I can that same moment. So anyway, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that, because I'm going to try to see what I can go down there and what trouble I can get into. And maybe I can ask a couple of questions while I'm down there. But that does lead us to the second part of this story. Ryan Garcia getting fined for missing a fucking deadline. What is this we say? Okay. So this was kind of a weird one. When I saw this one, I wasn't really entirely sure what to think of it. But apparently this is what I read from Boxing Scene here. Boxing Scene has learned that Ryan Garcia has been hit with a $5,000 fine and a warning of further disciplinary action after failing to meet the initial deadline for his 14-day WBC weight check. All right, so if you guys aren't familiar with that, basically, depending on how soon the fight is, of course, the fighters have to be at a certain weight in order for it to be, healthy. So once fight time comes, or 24 hours before fight time, the official weigh-ins happen, and the fighter safely makes weight without having to drop a fuck ton of weight the last 2 or 3 days, which he has done before, as a matter of fact. But basically, to try to avoid that, the WBC has these rules in place where they do check-ins at certain times during training camp to make sure that they're on track to make the weight come fight time. And from what I'm reading here, it looks as though Ryan Garcia decided to show up a little late. I guess something. The deadline was the 14 days, and he missed it. Now, as far as I understand it, it looks like once he did weigh in, he was at the day or at the proper weight. So it wasn't like he was like super overweight or anything like that. But he did miss the deadline, and the WBC decided to fine him $5,000. Now, when I read this, and now I'm starting to think now maybe like the WBC is kind of using maybe Ryan Garcia as an example, kind of like after what happened with Shakur Stevenson and all of the stuff. It's almost as if they're trying to save face and saying, no, look, guys, we're being fair with everybody, right? The rules are we got to find him because XYZ. I don't know. Does this happen that regularly? I don't hear it that often. I'm leaning towards it happens a lot more often than WBC kind of just like brushes it off and just sweeps it under the rug. Honestly, that's kind of what I think. And then now it's like, oh shit, Ryan missed it, so we gotta be fair now. So it'll make it look like they're fair across the board with everybody. I don't know. It just seems a little sketch that this pops up now after the recent Stripgate, as Andrew called it, with Shakur Stevenson. But Andrew, what do you make of this? I mean, I know it's probably legit, right? I'm sure it's within the rules, but it just seems a little odd that they're enforcing it this time. Maybe I don't know. Are they concerned that maybe Ryan is going to try to pull off that same bullshit that he pulled off last time? So they're like, hey, we have to keep a very close eye on him.
They might want to play it by the books from here on out, and maybe that means even cutting out all the willing and dealing of giving these guys their special percentage drops when they like them and when they don't like them. Let's play everything by the book. Let's put everything on contract, and when you sign it, you have to pay for it. Look, he missed weight. It's $5,000. I'm sure Ryan had that in his backpack. You know what I mean? Like that, it doesn't seem like that's a lot of money. So I don't even know why that's when they're at this level of fighting and generating the kind of purses that they have. What is $5,000 to these guys? You know what I mean? Like Ryan brags about making 40 million in one day. What's his Instagram bring in? What's his social media presence bring in? Like $5,000. Just seems like that doesn't fit the crime at all. That penalty doesn't fit the crime at all when you're talking about a guy who's making that much money. I'd miss weight too. $5,000. Fuck your weight.
Yeah. Well, as I understand it, he missed the deadline.
Exactly. I know he did come
Okay.
back and do it. He showed him, but that's that. I'm not waking up for $5,000 if I'm making 40 million, dude.
You think that's what it was? He's like, I'm like, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to bed, wake up, and like,
I absolutely think that's what it was with Ryan. Hey, you ain't getting Ryan out of bed for that.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it's like, Dad, I really got to go. Like, no, son, fuck it. I'll pay the fucking. I'll pay. Like how much, Ryan? How much did you get paid for trying to speak Spanish on? Yeah, I got paid like $10,000 for it. Sure, all right, cool. We'll take it out of that. Fucking, might as well. It's like somebody paid me. I don't know if you guys happened to catch that, but Ryan Garcia made a. I don't want to knock these guys so much. I understand that maybe it just wasn't taught to them as kids, but oh gosh, it just sounded so terrible. Fuck, it sounded so terrible. And
hey, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me get some after you're done, though.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't catch it, Ryan Garcia went to social media and basically tried speaking Spanish, right? It was more so a quick clip of him trying to rehearse his lines so he can get it right. Basically practicing, essentially, is what it is, right? But man, when you don't speak it, I don't know, maybe when he was younger, maybe he spoke it a lot more fluently. I'm not entirely sure, but oh gosh, that sounded bad. I can see why he needed to practice on it, because when I hear him, I'm like, wow. And I'm not even sure if I've ever heard his pops even speak Spanish either. And, I regularly speak Spanish to my folks, and, I do forget shit. I'm not going to say I don't, but, oh, gosh, I know I don't sound like fucking Ryan. That's for damn sure. But anyway, go ahead. Throw your.
Let me speak for the Chicanos real fast out here, Miguel. For some of us, our grandparents came here in a time where they were still getting beat in school for speaking Spanish. My grandma talks about a time where you couldn't even have an accent in school. You would get hit for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a bloodline of Mexicans here that never crossed the border. The border crossed them, correct? Isn't that how they say it?
Mm-hmm.
Their bloodline is in America since America started. So their American ways take over after a while, right? You start separating yourself from your
ethnicity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few generations, your family's probably just American now, bro.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
How many generations do we have to go before we were like, you know what? I think you guys are all American now.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's like at this point, it's like, yo, just put your ear from your,
Yeah, do you even know anyone? No, don't know. I know we have family, but I've never met. Hey, come on, can we stop? Can we stop with the BS? So that's the only defense I have. Now, what I don't like about what's going on with the young men that try to speak it, Danny Garcia, Ryan Garcia, why don't you fucking learn before you come out? I mean, dude, learn the language. It's not hard if you put your mind to it. You guys have all day. We see you fucking around on Instagram all day. Put down the phone. Go take some real classes. Go get some real your family that does speak Spanish, or there's got to be someone around you. You know what I mean? And learn it. Because
they have kind of an advantage. They have a bit of an advantage. They don't necessarily have to. I'm sure they have a grammar. Yeah, it's in them. Exactly.
It's in them. That tongue will roll if you do it enough, bro. I'm telling you, there's white people that have better accents than some of these guys in boxing that try to pull this shit off. Yeah, no, and it makes them look worse, right? They actually play right into the guys that go, you guys are all fake, you're phony, you're not real. And then you come out and do that, and guess what you look like? Well, you sort of are in Ryan's case, right? Because you're totally. So yeah, but that's why we didn't learn it. My grandma stopped teaching it to her kids. My grandpa argued all the time, but my grandpa worked in the fields, and my grandpa worked in Southern Pacific. Here's a little history lesson for you guys, from my family, not about anything that would actually do you guys any justice, but he worked for Southern Pacific as a mechanic, right? That's a union job, but he still didn't make enough money, so he had to work in the fields on the weekends. My grandpa knew that he could go pick and get paid that day. So the 2 days on Saturday, Sunday, that's what he would do. So he said the Southern Pacific money until he became a union mechanic, because they did him dirty. They did him dirty. You know how he got in?
Mhm.
He kept fixing the boss's cars, man.
Oh
He kept
shit!
fixing the cars. And finally, they all came together and they said, George, they said, why in the end did they put you in the union? And he says, oh, because I didn't graduate. And they said, man, you go tell them motherfuckers that secretary that didn't graduate either. We'll go tell on them if they don't put. And they put him in. My grandpa got in union. So that's how he got into the union. But before that, he's just a mechanic, Southern Pacific. He has to go down and pick. So my grandma, the only one at home raising the 5 babies, I hate blaming grandma, but she'll even say it. I don't give a shit. No one's going to hit my babies. That's what she'll say.
Yeah.
Not sending them to school to get hit with the ruler because they're speaking another language or they sound like they want to talk in another language. So that's what some of us have over us, bro. I even have uncles. They used to say they used to get beat up in the Navy. I had one of them. He was in the Navy. He used to get beat up because he wouldn't go do the riots back in the Zusu riots, bro.
Oh damn!
So he had to take an ass whooping by his own team sometimes
Jeez.
because he wouldn't join.
Damn, that's a trip. That's a trip.
Yeah.
Spanish was my first language. That my folks taught me that first. I didn't learn any English until I started school, and then I have some aunts and uncles who would try to teach me because my folks, their English isn't great, right? So they basically threw whatever English they threw at me, right? Every chicken nugget was a chicken McNugget because of McDonald's. So it doesn't matter what the fuck it is, Every kind of cereal, breakfast cereal was cornflakes because that's just what it was. Like, oh, I got some cornflakes. Like, no, that shows Cocoa Puffs. Get it right. It's not cornflakes. So I had to learn. I would totally, but it was Spanish first. That's what they threw at me first. And of course, as you get older, you tend to fucking forget, and you speak it less and less unless you speak it like regularly at your job, where you can kind of get daily practice. For me, it's my folks. I basically speak to them. I text them so I can at least read it and write it also, which is not fucking. It's not easy. It really isn't, man. Right. Sometimes I'm like, God damn it, having to remember and sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you just literally forget what word, and you're just like, you have to throw in the word in the wrong one. Even the other way around, I'll be speaking in English, and I'm like, what that fucking maleta shit, whatever. And I forget, sometimes the English word escapes me. But that's a good point. I wish these guys. Well, I mean, like Canelo, quite frankly, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a time where he wasn't speaking any sort of English at all. But then you hear him now, and you're like, fuck, it isn't even so much. The accent, right? Because obviously that's never going to go away, but his understanding of it, when they ask him questions, and I'm like, sometimes I think to myself, you should kind of, I guess it sounds fucked up, but for lack of a better term, dumb it down a little bit. Don't throw these fucking 5-syllable words at him, but he gets them. I'm like, fuck, I'm impressed how well he understands it, and he's able to add to. He understands the question, right? That's what kind of impresses me more about Canelo, is that he goes that route. And some of them, it's just like even Felix Trinidad, who almost like found it or seemed as though he saw it as pride to not learn English, stuff like that.
Right.
So,
Chavez too.
Yeah, right. Chavez too. So I don't know. I really wish, guys like Ryan and Danny and those guys, and I guess Teofimos isn't too bad.
Right? He tried though too.
Yeah,
he tried.
So you guys have the money. You guys can hire. I mean, shit, you can do it on your phone. Duolingo, I think it's called Duolingo or something. You can fucking do it that way, right? It's not. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not hard. It is hard, of course. What I'm saying is you have the resources to do it. There are times where you take time away from boxing, like where you're, after getting paid $8 million or $10 million or however much Teofimo got, or 30, 40 million or whatever that Ryan got. Bro, you can, if you're going to make that effort. I mean, your last name is Garcia, for fuck's sake, Garcia. We have Mikey and everybody else there that can speak it, but it's like, yo, you have that last name. It's almost like you have to, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're thinking WBC is kind of trying to do it by the book.
I would say it's almost as you have to give it an honest try, right?
Okay.
Don't go out there and fake it. You know what I mean? Because at the very end, he is born in America, right? So it's not like we don't want him to turn against America or anything like that. Like the whole seeing him behind the president's table. Did you see that little picture they put out and all the flag? That was a little over the top. That was over the top. Could just be, but learn Spanish so you could talk to the reporters. Definitely expand yourself, you know what I mean? But don't be fake. Remember who you are, you know what I mean? Just don't be fake. and they sound fake when they're reading off paper, and then they can't say a damn word to you when the paper is not. That thing that was taught to them is not no longer in front of them.
Yeah, exactly. As far as like the WBC goes, they're gonna try to do it by the book this time. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like I'm sure there have been other fighters who didn't make that deadline and they just swept it under the rug. But now it's like, and maybe to some degree even more so with Ryan because of what he did against Devin. So they're like, all right, let's make sure the motherfucker doesn't try to pull that shit off one more time, and he's on track. I believe I saw one the same like way. What is it, check-in with Barrios as well, and he was right on the money too. So everything seems to be going well. They're literally 3 or 4 pounds away from the weight limit, the 147-pound weight limit, and we're a week away roughly.
Barrios was right on the weight, but looked very what's the word? I don't want to say not confident, but he just looked a little depleted. And he still has 3 pounds, and it just looked like that one. That picture. He's just like, ugh, take the fucking thing already. He's like, damn, man, it's gonna be a hard 3 next pounds. You know what I mean? There was no smiling. There was no like, yeah, we're on this. He's like, just holding the scales. Like, uh-oh.
You think there's some problems there? You think there's some
I don't know, man. Ryan's over here holding his shirt up, looking like a freaking model, Instagram model. You know what I mean? Like he's over there showing off the cameras, and Barrios just didn't look like he was even feeling himself. He might have a hard 3 pounds to go here the next week.
Well, that could just be the way Mario is. I mean, like the same way we saw him at the press conference, right? It didn't look. He was kind of just like and then whenever it's time to talk, he'll go ahead and speak up. But maybe that's the thing. It's like this isn't. I'm not trying to make this a show by any stretch for you guys. I'm simply trying to show you that I'm on weight. Just like, all right, you done? All right, click.
I would like Barrios to know he only lives once, and he should play it to the fullest, man. You're in a position not a lot of people could be. Look at the camera, start acting like a fucking champion, or you won't be one. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's very true, because it sort of does look like Ryan is a champ here. Like the way he's acting, I mean, granted, we know he's the A side, but still, it's like at least, put your foot down and, I guess stand up straight and be like, yeah, that's right. I'm the fucking champ here. Don't come and make it seem like, I'm just some fucking C-level fighter or something like that. I am the champ here, so you're going to take this from me. I definitely would like to hear more out of Barrios, or at least a little more animated or something, right, for the cameras.
Yeah.
All right. So this kind of leads us to another story that kind of sort of has to do with Ryan, but more so Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. So this is a weird one, right? So we've heard that Oscar has filed a lawsuit, right, against Vergil Ortiz's manager, Rick Meridian, for sticking his nose and possibly fucking up, these negotiations with Boots. With we hear that the fight still might be done for April, right? We haven't heard any updates since, but there's a possibility that the fight is still going to go through. So maybe not all is lost. However, it seems like Oscar decided to take it a step further. There's a couple of things here that I want to make sure to point out here, because I want to read this. I saw this on let me see here. Where is that at? Oh, Facebook. Okay. So it says Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy secures first win in ongoing Vergil Ortiz's lawsuit. Okay. Oscar de la Hoya's promotion, Golden Boy Promotions, has secured a legal victory in an ongoing lawsuit involving Vergil Ortiz. A court ruling has favored Golden Boy in a preliminary matter, making the first significant win for the promotion amid what has been described as a complex dispute over contracts, promotional fights, and event obligations. The lawsuit has drawn attention across boxing circles, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so, right as my fucking camera loses focus. But this is saying, at least, that Golden Boy and Oscar has won the first preliminary matter. Now, it doesn't specify what that is per se, but it sort of seems as though the judge is already leaning towards Oscar winning this particular lawsuit, almost saying, "Yeah, yo, Rick Mergen, you're kind of sticking your nose where it shouldn't belong, homie." That's the way it seems. So, is that what you're understanding from this? Like, whatever the fuck this preliminary matter is, it seems as though the judge is leaning in that direction. Is that what? Am I reading this right?
It said it's a win for Golden Boy, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's the scoreboard right there. Then, we said this last week that he might want to watch himself on his confidence level about going up against Oscar in California, and it didn't take long for us to show that. Now that there's a lawsuit saying that he can't sign with a third party. Am I correct on that one? He's stopping him from signing with a third party for this fight.
Oscar is stopping Vergil from signing with a third party, like another promoter.
Exactly, a co-promotional thing. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't. No.
Is that what? This one isn't the one about the restraining order.
No, that's the next one. That's the next one. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I say. Well, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. That was the next one, but that one still. So this is another one, right? Golden Boy has successfully obtained a temporary restraining order against Vergil Ortiz Jr. in the state of Nevada. Okay, so not California, but it says Golden Boy has successfully obtained the and it just basically it has a whole bunch of documents on here, right? So I don't know. From what I'm reading here, plaintiff initiated. Yeah, it says initiated the action against defendant Golden Boy on January 15, 2026, seeking what is this? Delectorio relief. I don't know what that means. Regarding an alleged breach of contract. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand this part though. Like a restraining order that says like, don't get near me or don't get within 50 feet or whatever the fuck. And this is Nevada specifically. And this is Oscar lives here, right? He's got a big ass fucking mansion. I've seen that shit. So I'm assuming it's like, all right, well, this is where I live, so this is where the what is it? The restraining order is going to be here in Nevada because there's where he lives, right? But from what I'm reading here, the lawsuit is in California, so I don't know if they're connected to any degree here. But anyway, what the hell? Like, does he really see Vergil as being some sort of I don't know, maybe for lack of a better word, threat? I'm not sure that's even the correct word, but
no.
a danger to some degree.
No, I think the restraining order is for Meridian to stop bringing outsiders into this negotiating. Because I want to say I read something where it said they cannot sign on to a co-promoter. So it might have been Meridian was trying to get Vergil to sign a co-promotional deal on this. That's how I read it. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, that it kind of seemed like that's what it was saying there. And what I want to say is, if it is true that these are not connected, hey, Vergil, your promoter now has won in 2 states. He got one judge to give him a win in California, and now you're telling me he got a restraining order and a judge going on his side here. Because let's say if the judge goes, no, Oscar, you're messing up and they have a guy that wants to come in and help, I'm going to let that go. Well, that's a win for Meridian and Vergil Ortiz then.
Yeah.
But if they say no, Oscar's doing his job fine from what the contract shows, he's played the guidelines correctly, you guys need to stop what you're doing and play, go with the guy you already signed with. Well, that's a win for Oscar. He's now won twice against your dude. Your dude is no longer undefeated. He's taking ass whoopings all over the state.
Or at least he's losing rounds. Maybe the fight isn't over yet. The full 12 rounds isn't over. But there's a 10-8 right here. I'm saying I'm already seeing a 10-8 on the scorecards right here.
Oscar said, pick a state. I'm whooping your ass.
Right. It'd be your place, my place, any fucking state. Let's go to Arkansas. I will fucking put your ass on the ropes there again.
I kind of said that I felt that this was going to end. It wasn't going to end nicely for us on seeing this fight come any closer. It looks like it got further away with the restraining order. I don't know. Unless Ortiz straightens up and goes, all right, you're going to have to step back to his manager on this one. And what sucks about that is then that's that line being drawn in the sand, dude. Because from this moment on, let's say Ortiz tells Meridian, I need you to step back. The judge has now asked you to step away, right? So now we have to listen to whatever the courts are saying. What if he goes on to make his 50%, but then wins, gets 55%? So now you got a bigger purse like Oscar wanted him to have.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's good. You're the king. Oscar's got all this money for you. Can you ever bring Meridian back at that point? Or now did Meridian just write his own retirement check from Vergil Ortiz? So it kind of sucks, man, that it got down to this, but I don't know if this is repairable. Because now either Oscar's going to fail as a promoter and show that Meridian was always right, and then Ortiz is leaving Oscar immediately after that fight, or Oscar does everything correctly, makes his guy a shit ton of money. The guy might win the fight, be the man in the division. How do you leave Oscar at that point?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I mean, this is leaving such a bad taste in everyone's mouth, where essentially, even if it turns out okay and successful, I mean, how in the world is, I mean, and here's the thing, when I read stuff like this, and I still, I mean, maybe, I don't know if you have, I have yet to hear anything directly out of Vergil Ortiz. When I see that, it gives me the impression that he's taken Meridian's side, you know, that he's on Meridian's side.
Yes.
Because otherwise he'd come out and say something that's not the case. But I don't know, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, why hasn't Vergil himself come out and be like, look, let me go ahead and give you guys the lowdown. This is, or maybe because of the lawsuit that he's not at liberty to disclose everything, but at very least a fucking video, just so it's like, hey, just so you guys know, you know, I'm taking this person's side or this person's side or not anybody's side, and you know, I'm not gonna you know, give anybody the wrong impression if I'm taking sides here or something like that. So maybe that's why he's staying quiet. But and him staying quiet is in and of itself an answer. It seems just him staying quiet that, you know, he's not sticking up for Oscar and be like, yo, Rick, stay out of this, dude. You know, you do you. You know, we'll talk about it later. Like he's not doing that, right? Because Rick still keeps going to social media and says the things that he's saying. So that, and then now we have this fucking restraining order, right? Which on here it says against Vergil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh fuck, now there's a rift between Vergil and Oscar because of this restraining order. And it's temporary, of course. So I don't know if it's like, I don't know how these work because I've never had one. But like, is it, we have to wait till the time expires, or if Oscar, you know, turns up earlier and says, all right, guys, we can stop this shit now. We don't have to continue with the 90 days or however long it is. How does that work? Do you know, like, can Oscar himself say, all right, we fixed it, so let's end this restraining order before the regular time or whatever?
Oh, yes. I believe, yeah, he could even invite him back around to negotiating without, you know, as long as then no one's called, the judge isn't called. I don't even know if law enforcement would be involved in something like this, or if this is more about like just staying away from negotiations, not really physical restraining orders. You get what I'm saying? Where Oscar's like, I'm scared of them. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about trying to bring in someone behind their back to get Vergil to sign. Doing a Manny Pacquiao kind of sign behind the deal, the signing behind the back kind of deal. And all that ended up, both companies had to go to court. But if you remember, doesn't the judge award both companies a portion of Manny's check? Didn't Golden Boy still make?
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, I want to say there was still some deal worked out where because Manny did sign it, he still did have to give some of Top Rank's money to Golden Boy, right? I want to, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how that story went. So Oscar, knowing this, right? He's the guy that accepted. He's the guy that gave Manny Pacquiao cash money in a parking lot. Him and Eric Gomez got him to sign in one of those casino parking lots. I think it's the Hard Rock, but I forget which one. Man, he's a fool, bro. Man, he's a fool. Straight took money out of a briefcase, signed a deal. All right, I work with you guys now. Bob Rivers like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyways, Oscar's been a part of this before, so maybe he's trying to close that up before it happens, right? You don't want to end up in court with some other company going, no, we deserve this because we helped him get this in his negotiating. And then the judge go, oh, you know what? They did show proof that they did help you make some money, so give them some money. Bullshit, Miguel. All bullshit. I'd rather be talking about them fighting. Right?
Yeah, and I've actually seen a couple of like AI generated video, or not videos, like images of what is Boots and Vergil, and I see that and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, oh god damn it, and then it's just some sort of dick tease fucking AI generated image of that shit.
I think what we got to remember, not that we got to remember, every fighter at some point has to take control of their career.
Mm.
And I think Vergil's entering that stage of his career where in the beginning, Miguel, everything's going fine. The tickets are selling in Texas. They're selling out crowds. His face is being painted. I think he has 2 or 3 murals up in Texas. Probably 2. I'm probably overdoing it with the 3, but I think it's 2.
We'll say 3 to make the story more fantastic. Yeah, it's got one of him like the angels, touching fingers with Oscar or some shit. One of those, sure.
So yeah, he's got everything's going for the kid, right?
Mm.
Meridian's happy, Oscar's happy, everybody's a big happy world. But now we have a lot more money being involved. We know this young man's going to a whole nother level of the sport. So all these sharks came out, and now Vergil might have to start seeing who's really around in his circle, who needs the power and who needs to be a yes man, right? I give you a list of things I want. You go into that room and make sure my list is fulfilled. That's all I need you to do.
Yeah. And, it kind of makes me wonder if things turn out okay and the fight gets signed, what kind of mental state is Vergil going to be in? Like, can you, because I mean, that's the last thing you want is any sort of serious outside of the ring distractions before a fight, especially a major fight. Like this is going to be kind of a make it or break it for Vergil. It's going to be like, oh shit, this motherfucker really is on that level. He's going to win. He's going to win pretty convincingly. But in order for him to do that, he's going to have to be as clear-minded as possible. The last thing you want is any sort of real serious distractions. So it kind of makes me wonder. I wonder where he's going to be mentally if the fight gets made between now, and what is it? April, I think was the month that I heard. I forgot the specific date or anything like that. I think it was late April, but it just makes me wonder. Like I can almost imagine Boots be like, "Fuck yeah, this guy is so ours," right? If they sign this fight, his head is going to be so. His brain is going to be like being pulled in every which direction, everywhere from like Oscar to Meridian and even his own. It's him having that internal conflict. How is he going to be able to concentrate on a major fight like that? I have to assume that Eddie Hearn and Boots are like licking their chops right now.
That could be, yeah, that's probably 100% true. The only advice I'd have to Ortiz is he's got to look at the judgment that the judges sent down. That's your answer of who was right and who was wrong, right? And maybe your manager has all these dreams and he wants you to be as big as you can, but you have to play everything by the book. You have to do it by what the contract says. So it doesn't matter that he had all these great things that he wanted to do for you if it was always going to be not illegally, but just not done correctly, right? Not professional about it. So that should be Vergil's way to being like, look, man, me and you, these were a good idea we had, but we're being told by 2 different courts that it's not a good idea. So you have to back off. And that should clear his mind that this problem has been settled. Oscar got the judge to favor for him. Oscar's doing his best to try to, I always thought it was kind of foolish that we're arguing about Oscar wanting more money for his fighter.
Right, yeah. Right?
It was kind of weird, man. And we've heard these promoters go through this shit. We heard Bob Arum do it with Kelly Pavlik, and he did it with Jared Anderson. We said it the other day. Jared Anderson, right? Where they don't want to give him the fight. They're like, you don't want this fight. No, you're going to give me the fight. All right, fuck it, give him the fight. And the guy loses. Your promoter's sitting there like, I fucking told you, kid. And I'm Pavlik, I'm talking about Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
They did not want that Hopkins fight. You ask Bob, if you see him, ask him. Kelly Pavlik's supposed to have a 3-fight deal on like CBS or NBC, dude. Can you imagine that? The Pittsburgh kid, what was he back then? Freaking all-white American. Ohio?
Yeah, from Youngstown. Like the same as
he had something to do. Yeah, he was all blue collar. Remember? He was just an all blue collar kid, dude. Oh, that was gonna be. He would have blown up. Bob's like, don't do it. No. Oh, Oscar to Ryan, don't do it. Don't sign for that. Yeah, for that weight. So we've seen these guys do that before. And these fighters demand the fight, and that They want the promoters give it to him, even though they felt like they shouldn't. So Oscar was trying to get the most money for him. Maybe if they kept telling him, no, we will do 40-40, Oscar will finally do it. But let him try to get the most money for him. Don't just start, fucking talking shit about the guy like he's not doing his job.
Yeah. It's almost like he just won't quit. Like Rick Ridget won't get this is why it seems as though Vergil is kind of on his side, kind of if he wasn't, or maybe not so much on his side, but like if he really, really, really was on his side, he would probably be like, dude, stop, like tone it down, fool. Like this is not, stay in your lane, homie. But yeah, he's not. So.
Maybe wait until Meridian makes a Floyd Mayweather before you start thinking he's Al Heyman.
Well, he is the Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's the biggest name that he's got, right? That he was.
No, I know, but right? I mean, he's had a few other fighters since Vergil that did not become Floyd Mayweather. So, I'm just, just saying, just look around.
Right. The closest thing to that, pay attention to who can get pretty close to that, even if you don't achieve that, at least close to it. But hopefully not all is lost, and we will get Ortiz and Boots sometime in April, which is supposedly when it's supposed to happen. All right. Anything else you want to add to this before we move on to the next one here? Nope. All right. So thank you for the softball segue. The next topic is about our good buddy, one Floyd Joy Mayweather, who seems to find himself in even more fucking legal trouble, for crying out loud. It just seems like he can never escape it. I don't know what the hell his deal is, but let me see if I can go back to this website or this screenshot that I took here. But apparently now he's being sued yet again, I guess, this time by his jeweler. All right, that's the new one, right? Maybe not. It's not the first time we've heard it, but let's go ahead and bring this up here. Okay, Miami jewelers sue Floyd Mayweather Jr. for $1.4 million bling circuit court. AJ's Jewelry alleges that Mayweather described as a regular customer for more than 17 years, stopped by the store twice in August of 2025 and picked up 15 gold Cuban link chains. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it sounds expensive. One gold bracelet and 26 luxury gold and diamond Cartier. I don't know how to pronounce that. Rolex and Patek Philippe. I know how to pronounce that.
Cartier?
No. That one's oh yeah, is it Cartier? All right,
Cartier.
Cool. Yeah. And Audemars Piguet, which is a AP watch, which are very expensive. The retired boxer asked to pay $1.675 million he owed at a later date, and the complaint alleges because of the parties' long-standing relationship and prior transactions, AJ's jewelers reasonably believed and relied upon Mayweather's promise to pay for the jewelry items that he took possession of in full. So because of their 17-year history, he said, we fully believe that Floyd was going to come back with the fucking $1 million or however much it was. And ultimately that did not happen. So, Andrew, let me take my fucking dog out of my room here because he's making a fucking mess. But by all means, go to town on what the hell is going on with fucking Floyd and the jeweler.
Well, no, I mean, first off, it's BS that they're like, oh, I thought he would pay us back. They didn't give a flying fuck if he was going to pay him back or not. They know Floyd Mayweather has money. It was going to come either way, either through lawsuit or through him paying, but they were going to get their money from him. So make the sale. The sale must go through. We'll get the money later. That's all they were doing to him. That's all of those guys are doing. When they give you stuff on IOUs, when they give you stuff and, oh, yeah, take it. Yeah, we'll clear it up tomorrow. We'll clear it up. Dude, you're good. You're good. All they're doing, they're giving you unlimited credit because they know who you are. They know how much money you make. They know how much you make a year. They know what your assets are, what they could sue you for. Make the sale. And they put these guys in a hole, making them act like they're princes and they're presidents when they're in those jewelry stores, just throwing shit at them. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it makes you look beautiful. Oh, it make the women look beautiful around you. Oh, come on, these guys, they're fucking stupid. So, yeah, no, and it's something we always said. Everyone has said it. It's not we. It's the whole boxing world. that's ever seen Floyd Mayweather inside those stores shopping. We knew these receipts were one day going to get thrown back in his face.
Yeah. No, that's how man. I'm not sure how do they fall into this? Like you would think that the stories of this happening with other fucking people, I mean, at some point the fighter would be like, no, 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 I'll pay. Like, are the jewelers would be like, no, 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 it's fine. You can pay later. You can pay later.
Yeah,
like they're really forcing like, no, 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 I'll pay right now. Like, no, no, like, yo, the fuck.
Oh no, definitely. If they want to pay it right then and there, they're taking the money. No, no, no. They'll close a store down to take some cash. Okay. Right? They'll kick everyone out who's not buying it. They'll say, "Are you buying? You're not. Everyone out. He's about to give me $1 million. Get the fuck out right now." That's what's happening that day.
It's like Sonny, lock the door, lock the door.
Exactly. Yes, sir. But when you don't have your money and you're just in Miami shopping, you got 50,000 people around you, and everyone's buying $5,000 necklaces and earrings, and all your girls want little things. Oh, bro, they're writing out receipts. Hey, oh, shit. As long as we don't make it over, keep writing them receipts, right?
Right.
Hey, bro, they know what his mansions cost. They know what his cars cost. You can put a lawsuit to get all that where he can't sell any of his shit until he pays his bills. Every house that's sold, he's got to pay his bills before he can get anything out of those homes, out of his businesses, out of any of that. Oh yeah, dude, they'll put a clamp down on him so hard they will get their money. That's why they give him shit for free. And it's not for free, but you know what I'm saying. They give it.
Well, it's on borrowed money. It's on credit.
Yeah, just walk out. You've seen Floyd go in there and just take 3 cars. Mm-hmm. He didn't buy those that day. You think Floyd's like us and he went and sat in a room and did all the paperwork?
Hell fucking no. They're just like, here's the keys. Like, cool. I'll do paperwork later on. I got a party to go to. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Oh man, damn! And then of all things, jewelry though, shit. Like, look, I will never be in the position that they are in to be able to buy the jewelry and the watches or whatever the shit. But if we're talking about a house, a car, I don't know, something like that, that sort of makes sense. A property, a piece of land, okay, but fucking jewelry of all things, god damn it, that just to me is the most ignorant shit ever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to believe that they find themselves in these situations, but at the same time, it's like, god damn it, these guys just will never learn.
He probably should have tried to become a jeweler instead of buying all the jewelry. Buy yourself a cave or something. Go out and start mining. Find the next big thing of gold out there. That's how you become rich, not trying to buy all the gold.
Yeah, or make or buy a jeweler. Like go like, oh fuck, this is my favorite jeweler. Bam, I'm gonna buy it outright. It's gonna, dude. Jewelers are some of the fucking richest people. They always have jewels. They always have watches. They always have cars. That shit will make you a fuck ton of money. I mean, if you're interested in the kind of thing.
Gold is really valuable right now.
Yeah, right.
Don't know about diamonds and pearls and all that, but gold is pretty valuable. Should just stood with that.
Yeah, and this comes a week and a half right after Floyd himself is facing another lawsuit, right, in regards to unpaid rent for a luxury apartment in Manhattan, $330,000 along those lines. So they just keep racking them up. That one in particular really fucked things up, right? But when I read this one, I'm like, all right, $300K. He can work back from this one, and then I see the 1 point million. See, look at this one. I understand rent, all right, on a luxury apartment still doesn't make sense. I would hope it would be some sort of like property or some actual house, right, not just an apartment. But regardless, I'm like, all right, it's an apartment, sure, $300K, and then this 1 point something million of jewelry. It's like, oh damn it, dude, it's just
rent is never good to rent, bro.
Right.
That's the kind of investing Floyd has done that has seen his money go away. It's like renting those jets too, right?
Oh right, yeah.
Keep renting private jets to fly your entourage everywhere. Could have gotten first class seats, made it a lot cheaper. Oh no, we needed private jets. It's that type of BS, man. And then you know how we know Floyd's hella broke? Someone needs to tell Floyd he needs to stop wearing the TMT fucking
Sweatshirts.
I mean,
Okay.
bro, those are a few years old. You're opening boxes in your garage, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know he has a bunch of storage rooms, bro. It has a whole lot of TMT shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because boy, did he make a whole bunch of that shit thinking it was gonna sell. I remember it being in Las Vegas. It was like in the affliction shirts or whatever. Remember all those little outlets that they had down there in Vegas? They had the same for TMT. It didn't move a lot. It did not move a lot. I mean, there was some wearing it, but not as much. Floyd had Mexican hats, UK. Like every time he beat someone, he basically put your flag on the TMT hat, basically.
Right. It's like a TMT Filipino flag. It's like, no. That's kind of rubbing it in our face.
They don't like you, bro.
Yeah. That's not a good idea. And then there was a billboard also, a fucking TV billboard.
So this is gonna sell.
Yeah. I can imagine that conversation with 50 Cent. It's like, look, right here, bam, Mexican flag. I just beat the living piss out of their hero and Marquez, right? I came in heavy. Like, no, Floyd, that's a terrible idea. Oh, fuck you, 50. I'm doing it anyway. That's
you hate it.
Yeah. Like, you're just pissed because you didn't beat this fucking Mexican. I beat his ass. 50, 47-0 or whatever the fuck, right? Whatever record he was at the time. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he needs I don't know.
It was the guy. It was the designer came up with that one. He's like, I could do one for every guy you beat.
Right. Oh Lord.
Made a killing.
Right. He's like, oh, you just beat our fucking Baltimore. Boom. Hey, I got you. I got one for you. I got an Argentine one for you. No sweat, anytime.
So yeah, I sent you that infomercial that he's doing. I don't know if it's real or not. You know, he's cracking the bottle of
yeah. That one looked. I don't know. One thing that I always pay attention to in these AI generated videos is how they blink. The blinking is always slow, and it's almost like in reverse. I don't know if you realize it, but when we blink fast and then we open our eyes slower, we do this, right? But when you're in reverse, it's like we do this weird thing like that. And I always look at that in like these AI videos, and I'm like, you know what? The way they blink is fucking weird. And of course, on top of that, he's drinking alcohol, which he rarely doesn't. But maybe this time around, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe right now he's kind of down on the, on his morale, and he needs to kind of lose himself in whatever proper 12, fucking Conor McGregor whiskey or something. I don't know.
And down on his luck, the guy seems like he's any day now. We're gonna hear about Floyd in some serious financial issues. Like it's
more serious than these already.
Yeah, it just seems like it's going down that path, until you start seeing them just taking his homes, right? Not even getting a chance to sell. They're just going to take them. And that's when it's like, oh, you really fucked this all up. Because at least try to sell it. You're not going to make any of your money back, right? We all watched a Rocky auction. We know how this thing goes.
Right.
Get off the bike, kid.
Like, nobody wants this big old fucking Floyd Mayweather mural that I have in my living room. Like, no, nobody wants that, yo. Take it down.
So yeah, no.
Oh man. But yeah, Floyd, if you listen to the show, which I know you do, you know the game plan that we have for you, right? We know the 3-fight deal. Go talk to Turkey. I'm sure that'll get you in back in your good graces.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, Floyd, dumbass Floyd, the price is going to drop once you start looking desperate, dumbass. I sound like, hey, who did that? Was Tank. I like when Tank did that. Dumbass. That's my kid's name. Dumbass. Yeah. That was Tank doing that. But yeah, Floyd, for reals. Once everyone in the business knows that they're coming for your homes, the fuck are they going to give you $1 billion for, bro? I wish I had Tank. I like Tank. Dumbass. What the fuck, man?
Oh man! All right. Anything else we want to add to this Floyd debacle before we proceed?
If I had that button,
to call Tank, we need that fucking that sound bite.
He hella got Jake Paul on that one. Jake looked dumb there. What do you have your name on your eyes for? That was a good one. That was a good one by Tank.
Tank, and Jake Paul for that matter.
Is he in jail? No, he's on bail. Huh? Good job.
Is he on bail? Did he make bail? I don't know. I haven't.
I think he got back out that day.
Okay. Last I saw was him in his orange jumpsuit, and his hair and
Looking
braids and
bad.
shit. Yeah, he was like, I can't talk right now. I have to wait. Okay, go ahead. Alrighty. We talked about it a few weeks ago. A killer, Mexico versus Mexico, all Mexican no, what's it called? A showdown between one Armando Resendiz and Jaime Mungia. Holy hell. We kind of talked about that fight landing on a couple of different undercards, but apparently it's officially official. It's going to land on the Cinco de Mayo weekend card. I mean, I think it's the third, actually. I'm not sure if it's actually Cinco de Mayo, but you get my point. The first weekend of May on the David Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez undercard. Fuck yeah. Now, as of right now, it has not specified from what I read here that it's going to be the co-main event or anything like that, but it's going to be on the undercard. Let me go ahead and read this quick Facebook post that I saw online from the Dubois Ring is the specific Facebook account here. Resendiz set to defend his title against Jaime Mungia on the Benavidez undercard. It looks like we're getting a war on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Resendiz defending his belt against Mungia on the same night. Benavidez and Zurdo settle business. Pressure fight, high pace, and a matchup that could steal the show. And that is Resendiz putting his WBA super middleweight championship on the line against Jaime Mungia. When I first heard this fight was going to happen, I was like, all right, cool. That this fight's going to be badass. It's going to be fireworks. I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a badass Mexican showdown. And I thought maybe they were going to try to have it on its own card. These are like, PBC guys, right? So I'm thinking, or at least Resendiz is. So I thought maybe they were going to have it on Amazon Prime or something like that. And considering PBC rarely does regular Amazon Prime cards, I thought maybe it might have even been on pay-per-view or something like that. But it's not going to be its own card. It's not going to be the main event. It's going to be on this specific card, Zurdo Ramirez and Benavidez. It would be badass if they could put this as the co-main event because it is a very, very what's the word? A deserving spot. Mind you, this is also for a championship belt, so it's not like it belongs on any sort of card opener. This is kind of a big deal. So I most certainly hope that they put this as a co-main event because, man, what a fucking appetizer that would be for the fight that comes out afterwards, which is the main event with Zurdo Ramirez and Benavidez. So, Andrew, when you saw this, when you read this, that this fight was going to be on the fight card, on the undercard, I guess, of Benavidez and Zurdo, what's the first thing that came to mind? What were you excited about it? Were you like, okay, well, I'll take it, give it, leave it, or take it or leave it, or it's like, oh fuck yeah, I'm down for this one.
Oh, it's absolute one of the best cards Mexican fight fans have seen in a while. All fight fans, yes, but right now I was trying to think when's the last time we've seen 4 Mexican fighters on a card of this magnitude, right? I can't think of one off the top of my head. I know there have been some great cards put together if I do my history, but with that being said, this is a pretty exciting card, dude. There's a pathway for 3 stars to be made on this one, right? Mungia being odd man out. I'm sorry, I just think of Mungia beats Resendiz, he still won't be a household name. But if Resendiz beats Mungia, household name, and then in the main event, I believe both of those fighters have the opportunity of becoming a household name. Dude, it's an awesome fight. I wish Netflix would pick this up to show what the Mexican American market could do for them if they were to invest in Mexican fighters, and that's Mexican fighters in general, but to show Netflix could see, damn, there's a Mexican presence here that will tune in if we put these guys on. And I think these two fights right here would get millions of views in America through the Latin American fan base here. Yeah, no, I'm all in, dude. Can't wait for this fight, for both of these fights. This is one of those throwbacks here that we're going to see on both of these fights. Should be wars.
Do you think they're going to do this fight justice and putting it as or put it as a co-main event, or do you think it'll probably land on somewhere like maybe the pay-per-view opener or something like that, or maybe the second pay-per-view or the second fight on the pay-per-view card? Where do you think it lands, or do you think they drop the ball and they don't put it as a co-main event, or do you think they would?
They don't have a brain if they don't put this as a co-main event. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, this is softball right here. This is slow pitch softball right here. You have 2 fights of this magnitude. No, and us, the fans, if you don't invite every ex-fight fan that you have ever known over to your house to watch this and just tell them this should be a night you will remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
Castillo Corrales was like that. Rios versus
Alvarado.
Alvarado was like that. There's
Mm-hmm.
certain fights you could invite people and go, no, I just know this is the one. Barrera Morales obviously was like that, but part 1. Part 2 and 3 we already knew was going to be the same, but part 1, the real diehards knew what that fight was going to bring. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So no, this fight card it's going to be pretty big. A lot of let's just say a lot of pressure is now on all 4 men to really show up because the country will be watching, or their countrymen.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You said it earlier, but I mean, are we just gonna go with David Benavidez being part of the 4 Mexicans? Like, I mean, technically he's American, right? I know he likes to lean in that direction, but there are times where he'll braid his hair and he'll come out blinging with jewelry, like he's just kind of not part of the crew. So I don't know.
That is the new generation of Mexicans, and
Oh,
even the ones,
really? Yeah, you think so?
even the ones by the border seem to start. They're doing that a lot more. My son boxes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at the gym a lot, and there's a lot of Mexicans in our gym, right? That these guys are always going back and forth. They got family over there, so they're I guess you'd say they're closer. They all play the music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, why we got Bonda music but gold teeth? Bonda music but
Yeah,
like
the grill.
guns. Yeah, dudes in the back. It's different. It really does. And I know there's a little bit of not everyone is on board with it, right? Over there. I know they get looked at sideways still, but close to that border, you see a lot of them changing. David Benavidez lives close to that border, right? Even Barrios acts Mexican he's all Aztec during the fight and then rides a skateboard when he's at home. You know what I'm saying? Has some rocker leather jacket on or some shit.
Yeah, some greaser look to him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they, and what I meant by that too, Miguel, is the Mexican American presence in America. I want Netflix to see the number of those fans, right? And he is a part of that. All Mexicans are a part of the Mexican American culture because that's who we're looking up to. When we're little, we all had Mexican flag. I had a Mexican flag for Chavez. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my guy. You know what I mean? And because I'm Mexican, I felt like I could have that flag on my wall. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's who the guys, the Mexican Americans I'm talking about when I say all 4 of these guys. They're going to represent. We represent them in a way too over here, even though they don't consider it. Poor Emiliano had to realize that on his social media earlier. I got it when I was younger, but it was nothing. I'm mixed also too, so my last name kind of throws me off. They're like, "You look Mexican. You would tell your last name." Like, fuck my dad, eh? Don't even know my dad. The fuck that guy. Because I was only raised by my mom's side. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So I'm only in that neighborhood, only hanging around with those guys and freaking. But my last name is not Latin at all.
No, not at all. I mean, mind you, I was shocked when our boy Lee Harnish, RNP, told me about it. It's like, oh yeah, Andrew. I was like, oh cool, go fuck yeah. And then I see the last name. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell last name is this? And then I talk to you, and then I see you, and I'm like, hold up, I'm confused, yo. What's going on here? I don't know what the fuck to think at this point.
And fucking Miklo, bro.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. It reminds me of kind of funny. Miklo too, like that dude from Suicidal Tendencies. The video. He looks white as shit, right? He's got like the bandana going on. He's like, I just want a Pepsi. It's just like that's funny that I see him like, what the hell? You look totally like not what I would think you would sound like.
Right.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that's what I mean about this fight card.
Gotcha.
Hey, but we're saying it's gonna be on pay-per-view though.
I was looking for that, but I'm not sure. So this is not a PBC card, right? Because here's the thing: this is a Ring Magazine card, right? Like not a PBC one. Because everywhere that I pulled it up, I'm like, where the hell did I see it? I know the fight was announced, and it's going to be, for the what's his name? Zurdo is over here, DAZN and Golden Boy, but Benavidez is PBC guy. So I'm like, this is not going to be a PBC pay-per-view. No fucking way. It's gonna have to be Ring, but I mean, it's gonna probably end up being a pay-per-view anyway. But Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a Ring card, like Ring magazine card. So it's the Zone, Rio season, et cetera, not PBC. I don't
Okay.
think it's.
All right. Yeah, and they should get that figured out here soon. Fucking February, March, April, May. I guess they got a little bit of time to tell us what TV it's going to be on. You would think DAZN, though. I think you're right about it being DAZN because Gilbert's fought on DAZN already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's the Ring, so most likely that sucks. That means no one will watch. Whatever.
Right.
I don't have confidence in DAZN, bro. I really don't. I really don't. I don't even have friends that watch a lot of their fights, man. You know, not like Netflix. Sorry. You know.
Yeah, but Netflix, they don't have that many cards. I mean, yeah, granted they do. The
But when
one
they
time that
do,
they played,
everyone's watching it.
but do you think that it's still more like even the few cards that they have, with the Netflix? I'm saying the number that they get outdoes all the small numbers that the Zone gets over the course of a year or something like that. Like it doesn't balance out. You don't think it's still more than the Zone?
That I don't know, but DAZN has really never given me anything to go off of. I don't even have a ballpark of what their fights bring in, right? Like we know Lopez, what its pay-per-view brought in,
right?
That's 300,000, so that's nowhere near 108 million off of one card for Netflix. You need a lot of pay-per-views to get to 108 million, right? So
yeah.
So I don't know what they have great subscriptions. I like that. I like saying that number, but now give me the viewerships of how many watched a fight.
Right.
How many watched what was his name fighting Fresno? Mikey Garcia. How many watched Mikey Garcia fighting Fresno? You know what I mean? Come on.
Totally understandable. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Resendiz and Mungia, I'm hoping that it ends up being in its rightful place as a co-main event. I mean, if not its own card, of course, but in here compared to Ramirez and Benavidez as at least a co-main event. So definitely looking forward to that. And man, the winner, and I think, like you said, if Mungia wins it, I'm not sure if it's going to elevate him as much as probably he thinks it's going to, but if Resendiz wins, fucking hell, that's going to put him on a whole nother level. I would love to see him even fight Charlo, man. Even if, Charlo fights, loses to Plant later on, because I know they're supposed to fight. I'd be down for that one. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, put him in there against Berlanga. Put him against those guys. Why not? Shit, put him against, Shiraz. Why not? Just put that motherfucker in there. He's been out of the ring too long. He needs to get in there already. And coming off a big victory over Plant the way he did, I most certainly would have wanted to have seen him a lot more in action, a lot more since that victory. But, oh well, I guess we're going to get him in May. Sorry, May. Okay, so I got one more here for you. This is a kind of but a fight announcement that, I was seeing the build up. It seemed as though we're going in that direction, but I didn't actually think it was going to happen. All right, it seems as though we're going to get Fabio Wardley, the WBO heavyweight champ, and is going to put his belt on the line against Daniel Dubois. Oh shit, Daniel Dynamite, Triple D. This one's gonna be pretty dope. It seems as though it's gonna happen May 9th, and it's gonna be live on DAZN. So no pay-per-view for this one or anything like that, right? At least it doesn't appear so. And it's gonna be on DAZN on the 9th of May. Which I think it's the following, as a matter of fact, right after the Benavidez and Ramirez fight a week later. Damn. This one's going to be pretty dope. These guys are big power punchers. Heavyweights is the kind of shit that we like to see. And I don't know. I'm not sure how much Dubois has left. Wardley, even though he did get hit quite a bit against Joseph Parker, he took Parker's punches, right? I'm not sure how much more cardio-wise, at least how much more gas he had in the tank. If Parker was able to survive that last onslaught and the referee didn't stop it, I'm not sure how much more Wardley had left. But with somebody like Dubois, you can damn near guarantee that the fight is not going to go the distance. Somebody's going to go down here. I guess it's just a matter of who can take whose punch better. I'm not sure if Dubois wants to play that game with Wardley. But Andrew, I sent this to you. We saw it at the same time, of course, online. WBO heavyweight title. All right, not a bad fight, right? I mean, it's a heavyweight bout, right? Again, it's no Americans, right? It seems as though the Europeans are conquering or have been conquering, I guess, the heavyweight division for quite some time now. So it's nothing new per se. But the last heavyweight hope, Charles Martin for the U.S., didn't quite do shit, right? So
Yeah.
what's not much we could do. There's no hope here in the U.S. But all right, what do you think about this one?
Oh, excellent fight. Yeah, it does show how times have changed. Two UK guys putting on a main event over there. That's for the top spot, top 2 or 3 spots in the heavyweight division. So yeah, we haven't really been around this type of era before. That being said,
Andrew, lift your head. I can see your forehead.
oh, sorry, you guys.
I'm like talking to your hairline over here. Like, what's going on? What happened?
Hey, stupid camera. Yeah. But Wardley looks like he's taking over the spot of Dubois. Maybe this is a fight like a passing of the torch kind of thing, because Dubois kind of had his moment, made it, lost, had his moment again by knocking out Joshua, made it to Usyk, and then loses by an ugly stoppage in the second one too. It wasn't really that close of a fight. So while I like the matchup on paper, I feel this is more of a passing of the torch in real life. I have Wardley stopping Dubois within 6 rounds.
Damn. Well, Dubois is coming off that loss to Usyk, but he's only 28. Are we really gonna go that direction and think he's gonna pass the torch? You think is there's too many miles, even though at a young age of 28, are there just too many miles on that jaw odometer?
Yeah, it's actually it's on too many miles on the brain being jiggled around in the head. That's 3 knockouts, losses in a row. 3, or not in a row, but 3 knockout defeats. Wardley's a very power puncher, very good power puncher. See, and English is my first language, guys. Yeah, I suck. But anyways, so I see Wardley going in there and making him dizzy. Especially at this point. I don't think Dubois probably can take a punch as good as he used to. Yeah, even at 28.
That's a good point. I kind of look at him as just like another AJ, and that's not to say that it's a bad thing necessarily, but like when I think about AJ, I think about like the look. He's a big, muscular, intimidating looking dude, and then he gets tagged, and then he kind of becomes Bambi, and his legs go all over the fucking place. And when Dubois fought AJ, I was thinking, damn, whoever hits first is going to go down, or the one that gets hit is going to go down, and I'm not sure they're going to get back up. And it just so happens that it was Dubois who landed first, and sure enough, he ended up coming away with the victory. But yeah, this one, like I said, it's just a matter of who can take whose punch better. And right now, I don't think Dubois is going to be able to take Wardley's punch better than Wardley can take Dubois, really.
And just his mental is going to be stronger, right? He's undefeated. He's got 19 knockouts and 20 victories. I expect him to just be on his toes, just coming in for the kill, where Dubois, like I said, his career has been all like this, and right now it's down because he just got stopped. I see Wardley bringing the pressure fast and getting to him. And it's a good thing too. I mean, if Wardley knocks out Dubois right after knocking out Parker, you're talking about 2 top 10s right there. It's going to be close to this guy getting his shot. So he stay concentrated, stay focused in training. You're almost there, and the big money starts coming in, especially the heavyweights, man. Just don't go sign with the
Zuffa.
Yeah, you won't be making the big money.
Right, exactly. Make sure to stay out of it. And look, the Usyk is on the way out too, right? So it's like, that crown, that top, I guess that space at the top of the mountain is going to be vacant very, very soon. So you're almost there, like just a little bit longer, and that's going to be you at the top.
Yeah, yep. And who knows? Do you think it's possible he fights Tyson Fury before he unifies? That would be, if this fight in the UK does really good numbers, don't be surprised they start talking Tyson Fury and this guy, because they're going to think of him as the new so-called Lennox Lewis, probably. I was going to say Mike Tyson, but we have Lennox there. So the new Lennox Lewis of the UK, right? Big guys going to come over here and make noise. Because Tyson Fury, I don't think even reached what Lennox Lewis was, unfortunately.
In what regard?
In America, being able to come over to America and making a presence. Tyson Fury's only fought in America a few times. Most of his fights are always in the UK. They're broadcasted here, but not fought here, where Lennox was able to come here a few times and fight.
Well, could that be because of the competition at the time? Like that was the last great American era, you know, of the guys that he fought over here. I mean, granted, I'm not saying that he fought everybody that was American over here, because he did fight other people, obviously, right? But fighting guys like Shannon Briggs and those guys here, Razor Ruddock, right? Those guys here. I mean, granted, that one was over there, but I guess my point is, fighting Americans is how he got his name more made here in the U.S. more so than Fury, because Fury's, I think, what his only major like American victory is Wilder. I'm thinking about somebody else.
That what you are explaining is an excuse why Tyson Fury is not big, and that's good. It's very good. It's a valid excuse, but that's why he's not Lennox Lewis, right? So Lennox is here for many other reasons, but Lennox was one of the biggest UK fighters to come over here and was able to make it. I think Wardley, they're going to put him on that path if he defeats Dubois by knockout, and there's 20,000 sold out screaming fans. I'm thinking Tyson Fury, AJ before any unification.
Damn. Well, I mean, if what we're hearing is true and Zuffa intends to make AJ and Fury at some point, would Wardley might have to go through that?
No.
You don't think?
Who signs? Because you got to remember, there's money to be made all over this sport. They don't control everything, and they can't. He's not going to go, oh, you're going to give him 25 million. Fine, we'll give him 40 if there's not 40 million to be made, right? You still got to have a cap on what you can make. We just seen it. Oh, we just seen this happen where a fighter just came out and said he denied a belt because he didn't like the money, so he's going with another belt. And that was what me and you were talking about this is why we want the 4 titles. Look at this guy, had an option of fighting for 2 titles and dropped one. Both of them were probably going to score him $1 million. I'll think of the fighter who he just came out this week and talked about why he didn't take the title shot. It's a heavyweight too. I wonder if it was tonight's fight. It's an IBF eliminator. It was an IBF eliminator. I think it is tonight's fight, because then he ended up fighting Martin. I think it was Ajabe.
Oh, was it?
No. Who the fuck gave up an IBF shot? I'll think of it, you guys. If somebody gave up an IBF shot to fight for another title, and it's just my thing about there's that much money to be made with these belts, right? So where was I going with Wardley?
That Zuffa doesn't own everything, so they're not going to be able to.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you. Yes. So whoever Wardley works with, do we know is it Matchroom or is it?
I think Warren? It's Queensberry. I think it's Frank Warren. I think it's Frank Warren. Yeah.
Frank Warren is going to put all the money into this fight, right? He's going to try. He's going to go, hey, look, you guys. What did Eddie Hearn say? We'll give you 70% and take 30, right? Yeah. They're going to say, we'll give you guys 75%. We'll take 25%. Well, when those numbers start creeping up like that, dude, that's not what Riyadh's looking to do. They would never have hired fucking Dana White if they were looking to give you 75% of the pot.
Right.
So that's when things start getting tricky, even on that side for Mr. Turki Ali Sheikh and his boss, right? Because there's only so much money that are in these pots. And if these promoters are truly giving what Eddie Hearn says, a 75-25 split to the fighter, I don't want a part of that business, what Turki's saying.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's a good point.
Turki, behind closed doors, we're probably like slaves to those guys. No, just kidding. I won't do Epstein. I give you guys a break.
Oh, jeez. No, the shit that I've been hearing from that, man, I don't. Good Lord, that shit.
Now
let's
you know
hope it doesn't leak into boxing now.
And now you know why in the Old Testament we did have to flood this motherfucker, right?
Right.
Shit. Get out of here, bro.
That's what we need. It's like, oh, that's a plague. Okay, let's do it. Fuck it. At this point, let's wipe this shit out, man. Because
Yes.
I don't know what the hell needs to be done to cleanse this fucking place of people like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last story here is kind of.
I sent you the one where we said we should put the mafia in.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were in charge.
The
The prosecutor. Oh boy.
yeah.
That one's funny too.
Internet is funny, man.
Yes. The internet remains undefeated.
Yep.
They're fucking weird shit. And now the ones is like, who's not in the files? Charlie Sheen. Just weird shit like that. Oh gosh. Good lord, those are good.
Oh yeah, there's some bad ones too. Yeah, I seen one who said, you know who's not in the files? Nazis. I was like, oh my god, you guys are so stupid.
Just flying off the rails with their.
Yeah, it's all bad, man. But anyways,
yeah.
Get off of that. I give you guys a break. I want a break. Fuck.
The final story that we got today, funny enough, has to do with Nazis. I'm just kidding. It has to do with belts. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a joke. That was dang, jeez almighty. Yeah.
It has to do with a WBO. All right, now at a point where the WBC is fining people left and right, stripping belts all of a sudden, right? Let's see, these sanctioning bodies that they're getting a little bit of a bad rap now. I mean, maybe probably a bigger one. With these stuff that's going on, right? And Zuffa coming in and saying, "Yo, we're not going to deal with these fucking sanctioning bodies because of how corrupt they are." Yada 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 yada. WBO making a decision here. All right, the WBO cancels an interim cruiserweight title fight. Okay, the WBO has officially terminated previously ordered interim cruiserweight championship bouts. Why, you ask? All right, Gilberto Ramirez is returning May 2nd against David Benavidez, and he is the champ. The original reason for an interim belt, which is an injury inactivity, that's primarily it, no longer applies because we're going to get Ramirez back in the ring here in May. One of the scheduled interim fighters, the ones who were going to fight for the interim championship, has now himself suffered an injury. So he's out. So the WBO says, you know what? It remains committed to having one world champion per weight class, no interim belts, no extra strap. The division will now be reassessed, the cruiserweight division, and mandatory challenger will be determined under WBO rules. So they took it upon themselves, said, you know what? The only reason there's an interim championship in play here is because Gilberto Ramirez is going to be out for a while, and yada, 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 or he's going to, we don't always come back. Boom, it's announced he's going to come back in May, and he's going to defend his belts against Benavidez. So there's like, fuck it. There's no need to put in a fucking WBO interim champion at this point, since we're going to get Ramirez back in the ring come May. And then on top of that, one of the fighters who was originally scheduled to fight for the interim championship got injured himself. So they said, fuck it, let's just scrap it. Let's stick to one champion per weight class. So kudos to them, because, I mean, Andrew, you've been saying this for a while. Let's drop the interim shit. Let's drop the silvers, the supers, the franchise, the recess, the emeritus, or whatever the hell. Let's drop that bullshit already. And the WBO seems to be going in that direction. So kudos to them, especially at a time right now that sanctioning bodies kind of have a bit of a bad rap. And what Zuffa intends to come and do and tries to wipe out, these sanctioning bodies. All right, good for them, huh? To try to go this route, because I mean that's kind of one of the issues that we have with this is just all these damn extra belts.
Add them to the list of people that listen, Miguel.
Right, exactly. Like I didn't know the WBO were such. That's where you're gonna see me next Christmas. That's gonna be my own Christmas gift to myself. I'm gonna be like WBO belts here while we're recording the show. That's gonna be the first strap that I'm gonna get. But
if you can have the interim title, yeah.
Can I have? I'm not injured. It's like I know I'm only 5'9", but I'm kind of I'm a cruiserweight, right? Like let's do it right now. I can make the 200-pound limit, no problem. Just give me 6 weeks to lose these fucking pounds, and I can make 200, no problem.
It's an absolute great idea. It's something that should have came a long time ago. It got everything way too confusing. You're right, especially when we had to explain it to the casuals that were trying to watch the sport, and they see both guys have the same belt standing across from each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, well, he's not the real champ. That's the real champ. Wait a minute. That's where they tune out. They grab their beer. They're back outside. Tell me when the fight starts. Let's get back to the ratings. I love the ranking system. I love to see the fighter, how many guys, how many ranked fighters they can take out at one reign of their career, what it used to be. And like I said, I thought it used to look tight when one guy'd be ranked by all three sanctioning bodies. They used to put the belt plus the ranking next to his name. I thought that would bring that back, you know?
Yeah, I do remember that actually. I remember seeing that on HBO specifically. What was it? There was a specific fight that I saw, but they would do it regularly. But I know exactly what you're talking about because I remember seeing that. Yeah. But yeah, kudos to them for going that direction because that's the last thing we did. It's already a little confusing as it is when there's 4 champions in a weight class. Then there's added to that is like 6 or 7 champions, and that's the last thing we need is more confusion with the general public. So.
And that's what I was trying to look up that darn. If I had sent you the post of the guy that they said didn't do a title shot because he wanted to go for another title. I thought that played in perfect why we needed the 4-belt system. You know, almost like the example we gave about what's being created right now in the junior middleweight division, the welterweight division. We have these champions that are all building $1 million profiles. Zayas, Ortiz, Ennis, Fundura, Devin Haney, all these guys, Garcia, these are $1 million outlets, you guys. You know what I mean? Now, if I can't even back it up. No, I don't know if Zuffa will ever become this company where they'll make a $1 million fight, even though the title is not on the line. Right now, they're paying. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't interrupt. But
you're fine.
It came to me, and I kind of wanted to kick myself afterwards because you kind of posed this question last week about like when we were talking about Andre Ward talking whatever smack he was talking about the belts, right? Saying like, bro, this is what fucking made you. You know what I'm saying? But you were like, show me an example. Show me an example of a dude who's made it there, right? And or see if he can make it happen. And I kicked myself afterwards because I didn't even think of one who's fighting this fucking Saturday. Ryan Garcia. I mean, really, he's the only one that actually has made it, right? I mean, granted, he's the exception because he kind of already had a social media following, but really, that's kind of the only one. I mean, if that's the formula, and not everybody has the pull, the looks that Ryan has or the charisma that he shows on his online posts, but that's one example, again, the exception, but that's really the only example I can think of right offhand of a guy who made it to that level and never really held the belt. I mean, yeah, the interim, whatever the fuck, silver bullshit, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, that's the only example I could think of that the guy made it like that with no belts.
To a degree. He fights in the sanctioning bodies and he has fought for titles. He's just lost. Right? We're looking for the I don't need you guy fighter.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
They're gonna go get Joe Blow and fight in a bar and still do 20 million. Okay, yeah, tell me how that works out for you. So we will see. Maybe they make it work.
They won't do that with the Zuffa belt.
That's what I have. That's what we need to see if they can do. Can you create $4 million fights in one weight class without a Zuffa belt being attached? Because in boxing, we can create $4 million fights with one division.
Well, but it'll be $1 million fight, right? Because I mean, there's only one Zuffa belt.
That's why the system sucks. Bam.
Okay. All right, I hear you. But yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Now, if Dana goes, oh no, I don't fucking care. If you don't have the title and both of you guys are selling out my arena, you will both make $1 million. Well, then there's that. You don't need the titles to do it in Zuffa's world. But if they try to hold you to that, oh, well, you're not the champ, so there's nothing we could do. There's only one champ. Yeah, you got a fucking system that's making 4 avenues to $1 million, and we're seeing it. That junior middleweight division is going to be booming. The welterweight division is going to be booming. You know what I mean? Like there are fights that are going to generate millions of dollars if played right. And so, yeah, everyone needs to take a deep breath, step back, and see if the system is really that broken.
All right. Okay. Well, I think that covers just about everything that I wanted to talk about.
And now I'm up.
Oh, and now it's fucking 10 p.m. and you're like, fuck it. Now I'm wired like a motherfucker. Like, let's talk about Zuffa again. Fuck the motherfucker. Let's bring that shit back.
I know. Looking for the guy that said he dumped the title for another title.
It might have been Charles. It might have been like he was going to get ranked or something like that, or he was some sort of in line for something. And I mean, maybe it wasn't him. I'm trying because that does ring a bell. I'm almost certain I have heard that myself, and I can't put a name to who exactly that was, but yeah, that does ring a bell. I'm almost certain I did hear that before. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Well, we'll think about it. And we'll bring it up on the Wednesday show. Because we do that. So make sure to tune in for Wednesday. Now, I'm not sure exactly what events are going to be taking place or what events are going to be open to the general public regarding Barrios and Garcia this week, but I'm going to try to make it to both. And if I can get as much footage, if I can, just keep your eyes peeled on our, checking out our YouTube channel, because I'm going to be posting as many videos as I possibly can, anything that I can from that, even if it's just a quick video of the fucking scene. I'm going to definitely post that. So make sure to check that out and, set your alarms, because I'm sure I'm going to post something. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Breaking news. Everyone is going to want to get, well, not breaking news like I have it, but it looks like Dana White was talking shit about everybody tonight. So hold your horses on. They're going to be working with everyone, because he just said Oscar De La Hoya's ship is sinking, and he's talking shit all the way down, and then said Eddie Hearn is a nobody who works for his daddy. So,
damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, damn. There was just everybody, the innocent bystanders, are just stray fucking bullets all over the place, apparently.
No love this weekend.
Yeah. No kidding, huh? Good Lord. All right. Well, Dana, maybe Dana did. Nobody let Dana sleep. That's what it was. Maybe, right? He was in a bad mood. Nobody let his ass take a nap. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today on this Sunday night, now that it's night. So please enjoy your, if you are off tomorrow. What's tomorrow? What holiday is it? Is it President's Day? Oh, it is President's Day.
Yeah.
So enjoy your President's Day tomorrow if you happen to have it off. I don't. I am going to tune in. Hopefully everybody else thinks we're closed and nobody calls in. I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping happens, and it's an easy ass day, because tomorrow technically is my Friday. But as I mentioned, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for Tuesday and Wednesday, because there's going to be some sort of coverage / footage of Barrios and Garcia, any media events that they're going to allow the public to. I'm going to try to make it to. So and then of course that Wednesday show, we're going to be talking about the bets as well, right? The odds and everything. That I'll have a brand new up-to-date sheet. But until then, that is going to do it for us here tonight. For my co-host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapiche, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, a.k.a. Fight Fiend Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. Thank you so much for joining us once more. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Peace.